Hello, everybody. My name is Eddie Cole, and welcome to the Foxway podcast. Joined today by Alex Kaufmann.
Yes, hello.
Well, Alex, you already were in this podcast, and you already introduced yourself, but still, a quick introduction.
Okay, yes, my name is Alex Kaufmann. I am an actor slash main cameraman in Foxway Studios. Um, uh, well, pretty much that. That's like all the relevant information, at least about me, when it comes to
Mm.
this stuff.
All right.
All other stuff is like some minor detail that you can listen to on the earlier episode.
Yeah. Well, then we can get on with it. The first thing I wanted to talk about today is Master of Death and the process of making the film
Oh,
in which you portrayed Chase Anderson.
mm-hmm. Yep.
You had the main role, and yeah, tell something about that.
Well, yeah, I had the main role. Tony thought that I would be a great fit for the character as an actor. Like all the people, he thought that well, I could be that one. Um, and it's probably my second main role, at least
Mm.
publicly. The first one was uh God, I just had the name, but I forgot it. What was that name?
Was it
What
like
was
one
that
of
name?
the earlier ones, those short
Uh,
action?
y- yeah, it was Haunted. That's
Yeah,
that's the one.
Haunted.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was like my first main role, and
Mm.
Master of Death is my second one. And well, basically, yeah. It was kind of it was an idea from Tony, like the script and everything. It was kind of just like an idea that he had in his head
Mm.
for the most part. He didn't have it written anywhere or
Mm.
whatnot. So yeah, if something was like unclear, we had to consult him. But it was fairly smooth sailing
Mm.
in the whole process of filming it and whatnot, which was well good, obviously.
Mm.
Um, and also it was quite fun.
If I
All things can.
if I actually remember correctly, you the way you got the role was through a quiz we did. We created a quiz for the Foxway Studios members about
Yes,
Foxway
yes,
Studios, and the
yes,
winner
yes.
got to win a starring role on a
Yep,
film,
that is that is correct. Yes,
and you won
that
that. And
could be partly the reason.
yeah,
Sure,
but
but
I think the may he was probably either way planning on making something for you because well it's been a really long time since you've actually had the very main role.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I guess so. Um. So I probably guessed that it was already on his mind, but well, I mean, it would be pretty pretty funny if I actually got the role just by winning a quiz.
Yeah. Uh, the whole Master of Death, as you said, he didn't write anything about it. I think he actually just came up with it one morning at the same evening where we were already recording it, or you two were already recording the first part of the thing, and then on
Yes.
Boxing Day we, uh,
Hmm.
26th of December, we recorded the action sequences and the rest. Then did we actually record it like most of it on one day? It was like 2 or 3 days,
Um, the
probably.
first day it was at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were there, by the way. So don't
Uh,
don't act don't
no,
act
no,
clueless.
I
I mean,
was
don't act like you don't know anything.
I was in half of that because the you firstly recorded like the first minute of the movie, like the part where you get the email That I wasn't
Yeah.
there when that was recorded, but then
Oh
when the
yeah, that was yeah, true. That was a different night.
yeah,
That was a completely different night. So
yeah,
yeah, then the action
mm,
sequences. Then you were there. Then
yeah,
it was a different day.
yeah,
And then a different day was the second action scene in the snow.
mm,
Um and well, I remember my hands were quite cold that day. Um and I think it was on the same day that then we filmed the last scene.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I
So
think on the same day we also recorded that one small scene with Nathan Tava. I think he,
yeah, well, yeah we my part was just to read the lines.
yeah,
So Tony just
yeah,
recorded my voice
mm,
essentially because you don't need to see my face in that.
yeah,
So yeah. Um. What else is there? I think that's it. So the production was like all in all like 3 days long. I would want to say 2 days because the first day was so short that it like didn't
mm,
really matter in the long
yeah,
run. So a pretty quick production. Again, surprisingly, because it was the whole thing was in Tony's head
mm,
essentially.
yeah. But it Tony always says that he probably will in the future that Master of Death was probably one of those films that he will probably come back to a lot, which is it's a good film, I think, and it's also the first actual film of this year. Yeah, actually,
I
that's strange to think about.
That is quite strange. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
but it was
because Smith and Jones is
mm,
a show,
yeah,
so yeah, you are not wrong there. You are not
mm,
wrong there.
yeah. But we're getting
But yeah,
a third movie very soon. But about that one later.
mm, yes. But anyway, yeah. I mean, Tony did actually tell me in private that it was a really enjoyable film to watch as well. Like it was
Mm,
very rewatchable and like a lot of fun. So,
yeah.
well, him saying that, and now you're telling me that he wants to make a sequel. Well, it doesn't really surprise me then.
Oh,
But
I didn't mean that. What I meant was the third like movie of this year. No, I wasn't saying there's
ah,
gonna be a sequel. Probably not, but we'll never know. We'll never know.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, that's true. Because
Mm,
the ending was kind of like, I
yeah,
don't know how you could continue with that, but yeah,
maybe one day. Maybe one day.
maybe one day, maybe, who knows?
Okay. Well, anything else about Master of Death?
Uh, I don't know what else is there to say. Go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, okay, well, then our second topic, which is the iridescent, now that we can actually talk about it by its name. Uh,
Yes.
the you are shown in the trailer briefly. Now, I'm pretty certain that Tony is okay if you talk a bit about your character, but you really can't connect him to Tony's character. That's what he's laid out for me. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I guess it's kind of hard because they are definitely connected in the film, but
Oh, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
mm,
Everyone is connected at least in some
yeah,
way or form.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, if you want to talk about the iridescent more or your character in it, go ahead.
Um, Well, I can't really say much,
Mm,
really. Um, but my character is a police officer who has to well, who is part of the investigation of the iridescent, the
mm,
is illustrious iridescent, and the involved cases within it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, I don't know what else
Yeah,
I
that's
can.
probably all you can say
That's
about it.
probably all I need to say.
Mm,
Okay, like that's. I mean, in the trailer, you could probably guess that I am a part of the law enforcement in some
mm,
form.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
that's that.
uh, well, we already talked about the iridescent quite a lot. Well, we used the term "big one" back then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's been one recording session after that, and now we're gonna be doing some more recording. Hopefully, if Tony comes down here, in like
Yes.
a week or so. Uh,
In a week or so, yeah, there's gonna be another session. Yes.
yeah. Uh, yeah, we had one recording session at your house. I probably can't say that because if someone who wanted to actually know it, he could easily see that it's your house in the background there, on one of the clips in the trailer. So yeah, we
It was the
did.
one where the guy hits the other guy
Yeah,
with the bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we did a recording session at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really any news to add to the iridescent. We had a well, we've pretty much talked about the iridescent in every single one of the podcasts, but with Tony, we also had like a whole episode only about the iridescent. So maybe you can check that out if you want to hear more about it.
Yeah,
Well,
because again, I don't know what to say about it really without
mm,
revealing too much.
yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
Moving on to our next topic, and Tony actually gave me this topic, and he said that you probably can go for a for a longer time about this one. So I'm relying a lot on this topic. Gun talk. We
Oh, oh, yes, yes, I can. I in
we
fact can.
like a month ago we released the Armory of Foxway Studios video. I think you actually commented on that. No, you didn't. But I think you messaged me or the group or something about the video, and
I'm gonna check real quick, okay, if that's all right.
yep, go ahead.
All right, because I actually don't remember if I commented on it. Yeah. I think I haven't, but
Mm,
well, no. Let me see here. Nope, I actually have not.
okay, but
But maybe I should have, because I did have a lot to add. But whatever.
mm, uh, yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to talk about this with you because you are also have a lot of the guns we use. Do you want to talk about your guns?
My guns.
Yes, and
Uh,
ours. I mean, go ahead. What?
sure.
Mm,
Um, I well recently I've acquired a new firearm. Uh,
mm,
well, it's not a real one.
mm, yeah,
Just saying it's not real though. I
right.
can't afford one. I wouldn't afford one. But it's a Mauser C96.
Mm,
The broom handle, uh, or the box cannon, uh, and various other nicknames all around
mm,
the world. A old gun, uh, first manufactured, designed in 1896. So it is a very old semi-automatic pistol.
mm,
I mean, it doesn't even have magazines. It uses clips, stripper clips. So yeah, it is an old one.
mm,
Um, I got that one because first of all, I thought it just looks cool, and well, as luck would have it, it is actually a gun that Tony needed
mm.
for a project.
Yeah,
That well, I don't want to say anything about because it's still not even been like it's not even in production,
yeah,
you know. So I'm just not gonna say anything.
yeah.
But anyway, that is my recent acquirement.
Mm,
Um, So, well, yeah, you could probably either you can put a picture of it on the video, or
Yeah,
people can Google it
yeah. I
themselves.
can. I can. Actually, if I may, I could use the picture here which you send us about your current collection just to show your side of our guns, the
Well,
guns we
yeah,
use.
yeah, that is quite fine.
So
Uh, so I guess we could speak about them in order.
yes, go ahead.
All right. Um, I'm gonna have to actually do one thing quickly. I wanna the picture on my other screen.
Yeah.
Uh, Come on. I want that done. Come on. There we go. So I already spoke about the Mauser, so that we can that was actually the first one in the
Mm,
in there. Um, well, let's see here. Then the next gun on there, that silenced pistol, is a Smith and Wesson Sigma. A well, not a very common firearm, especially in cinema. Like there
mm,
was like one or two appearances in movies where that gun exists,
mm,
which is well very fairly rare. But the later model, the SD, is more common sight in films, in which they took out the polymer frame and all the things that what Glock sued Smith and Wesson for, right? As Tony previously said
mm, yeah.
in the Armory video. So yeah, I stuck a silencer to it that I basically got from the Mark 23 H&K Mark 23 pistol, the other big ass handgun that we have.
Yeah.
The other one being, of course, the Desert Eagle,
Mm.
because I mean, duh. Uh, so yeah, actually, one surprising thing about that, you would think that because it's such a modern pistol, the magazine capacity would be something like 15 or 13 or 17 or something along those lines, but no, it's just 10. It's just 10 rounds. So it's actually for a modern pistol. I don't want to say it's pitiful because it is still better than like some older pistols which had like 7 rounds in them. You know, like the M1911. Uh, but don't let Tony hear that. He would not like that. He would not like me saying that it's an antiquated gun. But well, hey, it just because it's antiquated, it doesn't mean that it's good. You know.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the gun that we might see in some future projects.
Yeah.
I don't know when. I don't know when, but I hope we will because we don't have a lot of silenced pistols or guns in general, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be a pretty good addition.
Mm.
Next is actually another new addition. Um, well, actually, there are three new additions in this picture that haven't been seen before, really. So anyway, uh, is the Scorpion SMG, the VZ61 Scorpion,
Yeah.
a 380 ACP submachine gun that was mainly as a self-defense weapon for the tank crew in Czechoslovakia. But it grew more popular outside of those circles due to criminals getting their hands on it, and well, it was a gangster weapon around those parts in the Eastern Bloc. Um, and then it got its way into cinema and of course video games. Um, and it's pretty cool. I do like the look of it, and that folding stock is definitely like a very uh, unique thing about it, really. Like it's just like a piece of metal wire wraps around like that, and you could just fold it.
Uh,
And it's like, yeah, okay, that's a stock. But because the caliber is so tiny, the well the I don't know if it's a flimsy stock, but it's not quite like a fixed stock. But it doesn't really matter because again the caliber is quite tiny. It's the same caliber as the Walther PPK uses, so you can get an idea like how small the bullet is.
Mm,
It's not even as powerful as the 9 millimeter, which most of these goddamn pistols that we have use. Like so many of them use 9 millimeter. It's crazy. Like in real life, actually, many
uh,
pistols use the 9 millimeter caliber. Uh, so yeah, hopefully that will make a debut at some point
mm.
because it is a
Yeah, yeah. Tony has said that it will definitely because it's such a good like a gangster weapon or you know.
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Mm,
All right. Moving on. That kind of tactical revolver with the Picatinny
yeah.
rail at the top is a it's a Dan Wesson and with a 6-inch barrel. I don't know the exact model of it. It's probably like some kind of made up thing, but yeah. It's a 357 Magnum, or I think it was four. I don't remember if it was 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum. I don't remember which one it was. Well, it doesn't matter. It backs a wallop, so that's all that matters. It's just a cannon in your hand. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
it has
we've actually used it quite a lot. Like,
yes. Even as recently as Master of Death,
yeah,
it was the weapon of choice for Chase Anderson
mm,
in the beginning of the film.
yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, and also it's pretty iconic. It was also in the final scenes in End of the Line.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to think about at yeah, that was it.
I think that there's nothing more iconic than that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Which actually, by the way, when was that film? By the way, when did End of the Line come out? When was that film?
August 2019. Don't remember the date though.
Something along those lines. Yeah, I remember when Thomas was like when he held the revolver uh, at Tony's face, he said to me that this weighs a lot. Like my hands are shaking even when I don't want it to,
Mm,
because it is pretty much mostly metal, so it actually does weigh quite a bit. Uh, Especially if you haven't gotten used to holding, well,
yeah.
full metal guns. It can be quite heavy. So yeah, there is a reason why people nowadays hold pistols two-handed and not one-handed anymore, like back in the day they used to.
Yeah.
Next is the micro Uzi, um, a stubby lead spitter with a 32 round magazine, as it juts from the bottom there.
Mm,
Um, it has taken some damage over the years. Recently, actually, this didn't happen on camera or anything, but the trigger broke, but I did fix it, so that's good. It
oh.
can still be used as a prop.
Mm,
But the other front sight is broken off, so it's a little like unsymmetrical, but mm, I mean it gets the job done. I mean on screen it does still look pretty nice and
yeah.
formidable. A lot of bullets in a fairly small package.
Uh,
Oh, and next is the staple of cinema and any CS:GO match, the AK-47,
oh.
which was also a recent addition. We already have an AK.
Yeah, but that one is still intact. I hope.
Surprisingly, it's still intact. It's actually like incredible. Well,
Yep.
I can say that this one is a lot better than the
Mm,
one that we already have. Because, well, the magazine can actually, like, the magazine actually detaches and attaches the proper way, like an AK should. which you should like at an angle, like,
uh,
and B, you can pull the bolt,
mm.
which is a huge improvement over the other one that we had, which did not have that. But this one does. You can actually pull the bolt, so it does look a lot better on screen. So yeah, uh, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's my favorite gun in CS:GO. Fight me.
Yeah, yeah. I would almost have to agree with that.
It's just better than an M4.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
come on.
it kind of is just
The M4. I mean,
it
okay.
M4 doesn't even kill if you have a helmet on, does it? I like from a headshot. I don't think so.
It kinda can, but I mean, if you have full health and a helmet, then
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
it's.
what I meant. That's what I meant. If you have
Yeah,
full
yeah. I
health
mean, the
and a
AK
helmet.
AK has stopping power. Of course, it has recoil, but
Yeah,
who
but
cares?
if
If
you
you
have a good aim, then it doesn't really matter.
yeah, if you have good aim and you tap shots, then yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, you can just go in a room and just start spraying and
Mm.
praying. I mean, that works too. It's good
Yeah.
for both. But yeah. Well,
Yeah. Anyway, anyway.
the ebony and ivory at the bottom there
Yep.
are the Beretta 92F pistols. The um, standard uh, service pistols of the U.S. Army, and also used in other parts of the world. Um, Quite a heavy pistol, by the way.
Mm.
That black one is a replica, and it weighs quite a bit. I think you can attest to that. I think you've held that in your hands
Yeah,
in
yeah.
some
It
films.
weighs a lot.
Yeah, like, it's quite kind of surprising.
Mm.
The Mauser is actually a lot lighter than the Beretta, even though that one is also pretty much full metal too.
Yeah,
It's
and it
quite
looks a
crazy.
lot heavier. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So the Beretta 92. Um. As Tony said, it is a must for films,
Mm.
especially if it has any uh I don't know, not special forces, but like any army guys or whatever, then
Mm.
yeah, sure. And also, it's just a pretty common pistol all around, so yeah, it's a must on screen.
Mm.
Even though Tony doesn't really like it, I actually kind of have to agree with him. But I don't know. I think it's all right. It's all right. And hey, it's good that I have two of them, because I mean, isn't that the only way to use Berettas
Mm.
akimbo?
Yeah.
Even though you can't hit the broadside of the barn, then yeah, it just looks cool. Thanks, John Woo. Lastly, uh, is a gun that I actually did not know what it was, but after looking around a bit, I found out that it's a Benelli M3.
Mm.
Um, which is well, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool, I think. Um, One thing about this, because it is a Benelli shotgun, so it should come as no surprise, but it is also a semi-automatic. It's not pump action only. It can be fired semi-auto, like a Spas 12
Mm.
or some such. Um, which is well, it's interesting because in Master of Death, the guys, the bad guys, used it as a pump action,
Oh.
which is quite interesting. I guess because it just looks cooler.
Mm.
It's cooler. It looks cooler if you pump the stock, like pump the rags, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. Uh, but man, we don't really. Well, I don't know. Um. So yeah, those are my guns at the moment. There will
Mhm.
probably be more. I will probably get some more, very likely. So it's like a fucking. It's just like what would you even call this? Like almost a independent weapons shop at some
Yeah.
point. But I mean, I do actually fix up the guns that we have for the most part. so it's not super far off.
Mm. Now, on the armory video, I also asked this question. I don't know how many of our guns you remember, but you can also choose from your own. And if you remember ours, then you can also choose from those. Which one is your favorite pistol?
Which one is my favorite pistol?
Mm.
Well,
I will also ask the others later, but go
of
on.
course, of course, of course, of course. But I have to think because I counted. I actually counted. We
Mm.
have 22 pistols in total.
Okay.
Well, essentially 21 because the black M1911s it's a duplicate, so
Mm,
it's actually it is 21, but still quite a
mm,
few, and the amount it will just grow.
yeah, it's currently growing quite a lot.
Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, seriously, like today, Tony was talking to me about some guns that he was gonna get. Like, come
Mm,
on.
yeah, I think he's planning on getting like a scar uh, and some well some revolvers, but
He was thinking of getting a. Today he was talking about me about some Colt pocket pistol.
oh, okay.
You have no idea. You
He
have no idea
hasn't,
about
yeah,
those?
he hasn't even talked to me about that. He has
Okay,
just been
okay,
talking
okay.
about getting a scar, and so
That
I
has
don't
he
remember.
has talked about, yes, that we will get a scar of some sorts, most likely the scar H, but I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
So
Favorite
yeah,
pistol?
yes, favorite pistol. My favorite pistol. Oh boy. Um, this would probably please Tony.
Mm.
But I would say that the Kimber Shadow Warrior is like my favorite out of all of them. Like
Yeah,
it just
I
looks the coolest, and it's like, oh yeah, I like it.
yeah, it's definitely really. Yeah, I'd also agree, but I also like the 6 hours a lot. I don't know why. I guess I like the look of
Yeah,
them,
I mean
but
they have a look to them. Yeah, yeah. That they're modern pistols, but they still have the hammer that you cock.
yeah.
Or actually, well, you don't necessarily have to because the modern pistols have double action uh, trigger system. So it means that even if the hammer is like in the resting position, you can pull the trigger and the hammer cocks back as you're pulling it. So you don't have to cock the hammer manually to start firing.
Mm,
So yeah, but yeah, I think that the Kimber is the coolest looking one. I like that one a lot. Uh, the other one, if I had to pick a pistol like tactically,
mm,
like what pistol would you get for a sticky situation? I would probably get the CZ75
mm,
because it has a pretty formidable mag size, 18 rounds.
yeah,
18 rounds.
quite a lot.
That's nothing to that's nothing to sneeze at. And it's also quite comfortable in a hand. So yeah, even though it is quite big, but it's still pretty good.
Uh,
But yeah, but I do also I have to agree. By the way, the SP 2022 is a pretty cool one. It's a pretty cool one. I like.
yeah. Well, the next category doesn't have a much diversity. What is your favorite submachine gun?
Submachine gun. All right. Um,
we have
we
we
have
ha-
in total we have 10 of them,
Oh,
and
oh, you've got it also those. Okay,
there's 10 of them, and
3 of those are
four of them,
MP5. Oh,
yeah,
four.
4 of them are MP5s.
Oh.
It's the MP5K
Hmm.
with the camo
Oh
finish.
right, yeah, I didn't remember that one.
Yes, the MP5 uh actually it is an A4, not an A3. It's an A4 because it has the telescopic stock the pull stock that you just pull. This
Mm,
telescopic stock. The A3 has a folding stock, which well, as it says, fold.
mm,
Um, um, so yeah, it's like that. pretty much vanilla. Another version with the flashlight, which
Yeah.
is smaller than the real thing. So yeah, and then the weird monstrosity with the scope,
Oh.
which is an MP5N, the MP5 that the Navy uses, but with the BDW stock and a smaller, I think it's like a 20 round magazine.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, it's the one I bought when I was like kind of interested in airsoft, and that's the one I got.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like my favorite submachine gun. Um, well, even though it does suck that the the actual proper MP5 that we had that you got
Mm,
has the front sight broken, which well is quite sad
mm. Yeah, yeah. I
because
mean,
I think
yeah. I got that one, not the other one. Yeah. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, the front sight broke on that, which is a real shame.
Yeah.
Uh, that that might be my favorite. That
Yeah.
might be
I
my
agree.
favorite submachine gun. Uh, if not that, then the Thompson that Thomas has.
Mm.
If
Oh
you
yeah.
remember,
Yeah,
if
I
you
do.
remember from the end of the line,
Yeah.
final scene, when he attacks Doyle's hideout,
Yeah.
starts just shooting away at
And
that 50 round drum magazine.
yeah, it's also used in Nicholson, I think. Yeah.
Yes, actually, yes, it
Mm.
is.
So
You're
two
correct.
appearances for that one.
2 appearances. Should be more.
Yeah.
Hope there's more. It is very cool because it's handmade. It's handcrafted.
Mm,
It is
yeah.
very cool.
Okay. Well. Uh. What is your favorite? Well, I guess assault rifles first.
Assault rifles.
Yes.
Okay, so then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh, I guess 6. Would you count M14?
Yeah.
Or
I would probably count it
because
more.
it's more of a DMR than
Yeah. In the armory video, we counted it as not an assault rifle. So yeah,
yeah.
if we go based on
So
that, it's not an assault rifle.
it's I think it's more of a DMR.
Mm,
Which to those at home who don't know, DMR stands for Designated Marksman Rifle,
mm,
which M14 has been used as. So my favorite out of all the assault rifles.
yep.
Okay. Um, let's see here. We have what I have the AK-47. Then we have the Heckler and Koch. It is actually pronounced for those fun trivia. H and K stands for Heckler and Koch, and people have been arguing like, how do you pronounce Koch? Koch. On their actual website, they say you pronounce it as Coke.
Mm.
So
Well, there you
yeah,
have
so
it.
it's Heckler. Yes, so it's Heckler and Koch G36C.
Mm.
Are one of the first bigger gun purchases, actually, or our first.
It's probably our first like big one because I'm
Yeah,
yeah.
because I remember like at the time when Tony got it, we were like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Ah.
Yeah. But before
So
that, we were just like buying different pistols mainly.
yeah, which you can see, we have quite a
Yeah.
few. As I said, 22,
Uh,
and more are coming.
yeah.
The G36C. Um, so that's the one. And
Yep.
then the at the moment stockless AK-47, so it's an AKS 47.
Mm,
Then the two M4 or slash AR-15 variants, which are the M4A1, the full-sized one, and
mm,
then the shorter one, which is a Mark 18 Mod 0 with the RIS foregrip,
yeah.
which was your character's weapon
Yeah.
in No Man's Land. and the M4A1 was a weapon that Thomas used.
Yeah.
So yeah, um, those are the assault rifles.
Yeah.
My favorite would be the AK-47,
Mm.
probably. I like that one. I just like that one.
uh,
But the M4 does look pretty neat too. Like, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I know there are people who are arguing like which is better, the AK platform or the AR platform, which is better. Ooh. But to that I say, well, whatever works for you, I guess.
mm,
There's no really definitive right answering to that question. Both are good in their own way.
mm.
Both are cool. But I have to pick the AK-47 personally.
Yeah, I probably have to, as I did in the video, I'll probably go with the M4A1. Uh,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it also has a lot of customization. We got a lot of
Oh
like
boy. Oh, does it ever? Oh, does it ever?
tactical.
What did it have? It had a red dot.
Mm.
Did it have a red dot sight?
I think
I
it
think it.
was a red dot. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess yeah. Then like a laser
Mm.
attachment.
Did it have a? It had a grip. I think.
Oh yeah, it had a vertical grip. Yeah,
Yep.
that uh, was honestly quite garbage. But hey, whatever. It was quite affordable. The
Mm.
the gun was quite affordable. So yeah, but yeah, a vertical grip. Um, yeah.
It didn't
Uh,
have a suppressor, did it?
it actually did have a
Oh,
suppressor.
okay.
So yeah, it was absolutely like very tactical,
Yeah.
very mall ninja esque
Mm.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Those are the ones.
then there's one
Yeah,
last category, which is the rifles. The
the
like,
rifles.
yeah, the well, how should I call them? The rifles that aren't assault rifles.
Yeah, I'd say you could call them single shot rifles, I
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
guess. Semi-automatic, yeah,
yeah.
semi-automatic
Mm.
rifles, manual action, which are uh, well, you had that tiny little cowboy rifle,
Yeah.
which I think, in my opinion, should be like a varmint rifle.
Mm.
So it's a small a rifle that shoots 22 long rifle.
Yep.
So it's very weak. So it's for shooting. It's for hunting rabbits or something.
Oh.
Um, then there's the Remington Model 700 with the camo finish, green camo finish. Um, the Accuracy International AWM.
Mm.
And then the M14.
Yep.
Well, hmm. Well, I mean the tiny cowboy gun can get the hell out of here. I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so the actual choice is really between the three. So if it's the Remington Model 700, or the M14, or the AWM. Well, I'm kind of torn between the M14 and the AWM.
Yeah. Agreed.
Both are uh, cool in their own way. The M, I would, if I had to really choose, I would say the M14.
Mm.
I think that the I like the M14 better. It's actually, it's based on the M1 Garand in design, so it does hold some real historical significance.
Mm.
But it is way more useful than M1 Garand, so it doesn't have those weird unblock clips where you have to like kind of shoot every round before you can insert a new one. And yeah,
Yeah.
even though that ping is very cool, I would not use it these days. But the M14 is definitely like, yes, I love it. But the AWM is also really cool
Yeah.
for its sheer stopping power.
Yeah. I'd have to agree that probably the M14 is probably my favorite. Also, the AWM very close. But the Remington also kind of has some sort of like attraction to it. I'd say. but yeah, I'd
If
agree with that
if we
ranking.
could attach if we could attach
Yeah,
that scope to it, it
mm,
would look so much better.
yeah, it would be then it would be actually competing against those two.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Uh, but yeah, again, uh, well, M14 it is. It's my. But there is actually well, one more category, which
Oh,
is very, very, very small, but it's still a category, right?
revolvers.
That too, and also shotguns.
Oh yeah, we have like what one or two.
Uh, yeah, two, but kind of four, kind of four.
Okay.
What I mean by that is that we have used the Suomi KPs
Oh right,
as a full automatic shotgun. So
right,
there's
right.
like they're like a weird auto shotgun conversion models,
Mm, yeah.
which has only made an appearance in the well the club.
Mm,
My character used them. Uh, Probably because we have access to such firepower and some certain people who know what they're doing. Probably my character was like, I want to have a automatic shotgun conversion done to this old ass submachine gun. What? Yeah, do it. So yeah, so that's the one. But really, the actual shotguns that we have the one that I have, the Benelli M3,
Mm,
and then the one that Steve has, the Mossberg 590 Compact Cruiser,
yeah.
the which has made the last appearance in the last appearance that it was in Suppressor.
Yeah.
Steve's character did use it in
Yep.
that movie. So yeah. Um, Well, we can do that quickly. Which one is your favorite? I don't know if you want to count the
Uh,
Suomi KP one.
yeah, I'll probably, I probably will skip those. So I probably have to go with your Penelli because it really fits with any like character. It has been used by like henchmen and it has been used by Jack and yeah, I'd say probably the Penelli.
Uh, sure, yeah, yeah. And it's also because it is a semi-auto, it is also quite kind of tactical. So
Mm,
it is like the shotgun that would fit special forces types.
yep.
Um, but my favorite, I think I may, if just for the looks alone, I think I like the Mossberg 590
Mm,
better. It has that nice, the cool looking heat shroud, very very trench gunny,
yeah.
um, and also the just no stock and just very short barrel. Uh,
Mm,
yeah, I don't know. I like the look of it. I actually had one, but it broke.
oh.
It's the very same gun, but it well broke. So
Yeah.
yeah, a shame, but well, what can you do?
Well, I guess there's.
Uh,
Well, we had.
do you want to count the revolvers?
Uh, there's there's
Seven.
do
Pretty
you
much.
count in the two ones that we got very recently?
Um. Well, do you want to? I mean, the other
Well,
one is kind of the
y-
other one is kind of redundant.
yeah. Uh, maybe we don't count in those yet because we really don't know what we're currently going to do with them, or I guess we do for the other one. But I mean, we can count them in, but yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, sure, 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 sure. So let's just count the ones that we already have shown.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the tiny, small all black revolver, which is I would say it's the Colt Detective Special.
Mm.
Um, a very classic. Well, can you guess? Detective gun.
Mm.
Uh, Fires 38 Special. Uh, Very common amongst not only detectives but also some criminals and civilians alike. Uh, should make more of an appearance, really, because
Mm,
again, as I said, it's fairly common amongst like civilians and criminals alike.
yeah.
Um, then the Colt Single Action Army, um, which is either it's all black, but the frame is brass. Um, as Revolver Ocelot has said in Metal Gear Solid, the greatest handgun in the world. Which, well, I don't know. I mean, it is quite awkward to reload. Like, it is better than the ball and cap revolvers of yesteryear, where you had to like put the firing cap, and then you had to put the gunpowder, and then you had to put the bullet in the that in, and then you had to jam it in there. You know,
Right.
it's very awkward and terrible. Don't like it. I hate it. You. Um.
Yeah.
Mm, and then there's like a small crappy plastic revolver that I got for you actually.
Oh.
It was the one where you could open up the side, but the roll doesn't come out
Oh
or
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
It's that one. It hasn't done a real appearance yet, but if it does, it's like for a villain who's like far away or whatever. Because like up close, it doesn't look really great. But
Yeah.
hey, whatever. It's a prop. It's a prop. Whatever. But it's
Mm,
quite small, so yeah. Uh,
right.
I think those are the ones. Do you want to count the one that Steve has?
I
No.
don't know, but
Yes.
then there's the golden one. I don't remember its name or.
The golden one. Wait, that was the one that I told you already. Like it
You
was
did?
all black, but there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. That one. Yeah. Right.
The gold part is brass. Like
Yeah. Yeah. That a better term, I guess.
well, that would be very lavish to have just gold in the gun or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, and of course the one that I have, the Dan Wesson 6 incher.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Let's let's switch it up. What's your favorite?
Well, either the brass one or your one. The what was the name again?
It's the Dan Wesson.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Either one of those.
Well, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on like what we're filming,
Mm,
because the one that I have is quite modern,
yeah.
so it wouldn't fit every film. But well, the called Single Action Army, it does fit. I mean, uh, wasn't the first appearance was in George Whitebrook, right? Or was it earlier than that?
Mm, of which gun? The
The
your,
single action, the golden one.
uh, I'm not sure.
I
Yeah,
would like to
yeah.
think
It's probably the first one. Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I would probably say that one is my favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are all the guns that we
Yeah.
kind of mentioned. Uh,
mm.
I would love to make another one, another armory video on
We
video
we can make
soon.
like an updated video if we get like your guns and the other guys' guns and if we get some new ones. Uh, if Tony gets some new ones, we can do like an update to the
Oh yeah,
armory video.
oh yeah, absolutely. I want to be involved
Mm.
because boy howdy, I do have trivia because
Yeah.
that's what you're here for, right? Gun
Yeah.
trivia.
Yes, of course. But no, it's definitely fun to hear about it because well, the guns are kind of a big part of our whole identity, I guess, like the whole, our whole
I
thing.
mean, I mean, you can kind of tell, like the way that Tony talks about guns. It's like, yeah, like
Mm,
I don't know. I I just think they're neat.
I don't think that we have any like film that hasn't featured a gun. I think all of them
Oh,
have at least.
let me actually like rack my brain around this.
I'm going to
Though I
like
think
very
I think
quickly.
it's a futile effort because yeah, I think you're correct. Every single film that we have features a gun in some
Mm,
form or another.
yeah, even like the really
Oh,
short ones. Well, Finnish roulette is all about guns, and Club of Friends Christmas
yes.
Days. Yeah, even the short ones. I think all of them have at least one gun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite.
guns are a big part of our thing.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Uh, and yes, guns. Let's see. What would be the three things that kind of encapsulate Foxway Studios?
Guns.
Uh, Guns, wrestling,
Yeah, definitely.
wrestling. If you take a look at our fight scenes, they
Mm,
have quite a lot of influence from wrestling.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know what the third
Mm,
one would be. But guns wrestling is like important.
yeah, those are really important. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the third one. This is an interesting question.
Man. Well, let's say the BMW. Sure.
Yes, of course. Yes. Featured in very many films.
Yes,
And
exactly.
if it's and if it is not featured, it's at least shown in the background.
Yes.
Uh, well, probably enough gun talk for now. I
Yes. I don't know how long we talked about, but yeah.
we
I would probably go on a few thousand tangents if you want to, but let's not do that. Let's not do that.
we can make a spin-off podcast which is just about talking about guns.
Then you should make another spin-off podcast where you talk about wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have to, of
Tony would
course,
absolutely be up for that.
yeah. We could make like well, this is like an actual idea. We could have like one episode which is just about guns and one episode which is just about wrestling. That's those are two very fine ideas.
Yeah, yeah, sure. There could be like more than two people talking, you know.
Yeah,
There could be
yeah.
like three people.
Well, actually, this is something I can probably announce. I don't know if Tony has said anything to you about this, but we are planning for the 10th episode of the podcast to be like an ultimate regrouping uh, episode. So yeah, there
Okay.
is going to be some more people. If we can just somehow organize that, then we're definitely gonna get more people at least for that one, and probably hopefully in the future too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What would the things that we talk about be? I don't know. Like what? Like maybe something very general. Like what is your favorite film that we have made?
Yeah, we probably will have like a lot about like last year and what we're what's going to be in the future of Foxway Studios. Just very general things.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But well,
Okay.
I have one last topic to discuss here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the next film. I think Tony announced it in the last episode, so I hope it's. I think it's very
I
okay.
actually haven't watched it yet, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, but I think Tony announced that the next film is going to be Michael Curran the Third, and it's going to be published 26th of March of this month, and you well your Bolshakov. That's Tony has given me the permission to talk about it, so yeah.
Yeah. But let's not spoil too
Yeah,
much because we
let's
want
not
people to
spoil.
actually watch the film too.
Uh, So he has said that this is going to be a conclusion to something which is very rare here on the Foxway Studios channel. So you've been from 2016 you have been portraying Bolshakov, and now it's
Hmm.
coming to an end. Thoughts?
Yes. Well, that is a role that I haven't well done very often,
Mm,
like once per 2 years
yeah.
or so. So yeah, it's not a very common role for me. But I can kind of say I can say that that kind of my portrayal of the character, also especially uh you know, fucking Mikael Grön,
Mm,
uh way that he is portrayed is very different in each film. Like you can kind of see like how we have matured in our direction, our equipment, our acting, everything.
um,
Uh, and I do also like the I can now say that it is a Mikael Grön trilogy.
mm,
Uh, that it's a journey that, well, if you follow from the beginning, it is a journey that you have partaken in, like kind of in real time,
mm,
you know, because it's been like always like a few years between the films. So like there's like an actual like kind of physical, metaphysical progression of
um,
time, which is really cool. That's not very common for us. Like there isn't really other projects that kind of do this, you know.
mm,
So yeah, uh, I uh, well, uh, my character Bolshakov, well, he's a bastard.
mm.
That much is known.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Um, I think that's quite it. I don't know what else
Yeah,
to add.
yeah. Really hard to talk about it because don't want to spoil anything. So,
Yeah, cause yeah, cause we want you to watch it, right? Like we
mm.
want the people watching this watch it.
It's actually very. Sometimes it's actually very problematic even talking about these things in the podcast because you really don't know what you can say, and
Yeah, yeah,
even if
yeah.
you know the basics, then well, usually it's just hard to talk about it because well,
Yeah,
don't
because
want to
there's not
spoil.
even like a trailer or anything, so
Yeah.
we can't even discuss that. Yeah. But well, all we can say is that I can say that it is a it's a I would say that after this uh film, it is a neatly wrapped trilogy
Mm,
so far.
all right.
So yeah.
Well, we've been talking for like almost an hour probably at this point. Maybe a little less,
Uh,
but even still, we're probably going to wrap it up here. Do you want to talk about anything more? If you have anything to talk about, we can still go on ahead.
mm, well, I don't think we have any other upcoming projects we could talk about. At least,
Yeah, I would have talked about the club, but in the recent episodes of the podcast, Tony said that it's going to be rescheduled the shooting of the club, which is sad,
yes,
but I think it's
I
much
but
better
yes,
that way.
because kind of like like how I said in the previous episode where I was in podcast. Um, I'd like to think the club movies as being like celebratory films
Mm,
of us. So it is good that they are irregular and they have at least a few years between them
mm,
so that we can kind of see how much we have progressed since the last one.
yeah,
So, yeah, so hoping if when the Club 2 arrives, it
yeah,
will be much better, much more bombastic, much more badass than the last
mm,
one.
agreed. Well, yeah. Then well, you plugged in on the last episode, but go on, advertise your things if you want
Oh
to.
yeah, my social media.
Mm,
It's Axic One pretty much everywhere.
mm,
Instagram, Twitter, Um, I guess there's really no other ones because
Yeah,
I don't really care.
they will be linked on the description. Uh,
Sure, sure.
well, uh, thank you for joining me, and thank you for the listeners. Uh, and go watch our movies. uh,
Go watch Mikael Gren 3 when
yeah,
it
when it comes
arrives
out. Yeah, definitely.
in
Yeah,
5 days,
5 days.
right? Or
26th of
whenever
March.
this episode arrives.
Oh yeah, actually, so it's 3 days because this will be published on Tuesday. So yeah. Anyway, 26th of March, Mikael Grön, deserved gold. Yeah. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.